Hi guys, this is Scribbly again with another pen review, and today, of course, again, we have something very interesting. We have a TWSBI. It's the TWSBI Eco, and it's not just any TWSBI Eco, it's the TWSBI Eco T. And it's not just the TWSBI Eco T in any color, but it's the TWSBI Eco T in the recently released Saffron, whatever you want to have it pronounced like, color. And this pen has been sent to me by our friends at Nomado Store. Do check them out. They do lots of cool, distribute lots of cool Japanese inspired and also, of course, Japanese stationery. You get bags and fountain pens and notebooks and ink and all kinds of good stuff over there. And since quite a bit, Nomado Store does also carry the brand TWSBI. Hence they asked me, do you want to review a TWSBI? And I said, yeah. And they asked me, what TWSBI do you want to review? And I say like, hey, I reviewed quite a few TWSBIs, but I actually never reviewed Eco T. And the Eco T, for the ones that don't know, is the one that has a triangular grip section as opposed to a round grip section. And I have another Eco here with me, the regular Eco, so I'll use that as a reference pen every now and then, just to point out some of the difference for ya. And I was also curious to see what the colored TWSBIs look like, because I have also, I think, never reviewed a colored TWSBI, because most of the time I reviewed the clear ones. The Eco T does come in this little packaging right here. You see the orangey dot that says like, hey, I'm a saffron colored pen. Eco T, fine nib, it's a steel nib, it's a piston filling fountain pen, as all of you know, or for the ones that don't know it, now I'm gonna tell you. This is perhaps the most affordable brand, non-Chinese knockoff type, so original brand type of piston filling fountain pen that you can get. Normally, I think the Ecos come with some red or white. I can't really remember packaging stuff. This here is kind of greenish, says Eco T right here. TWSBI does a pretty cool job with a multi-purpose sustainable packaging where, it's transparent and they don't print lots of additional booklets and so forth. You can sort of, see it all through the transparent box, the different parts of the pen and so on, because of course you can disassemble this pen. It comes with a wrench right here that you can then use to screw the piston here out, and it also comes with silicone grease so that you can re-grease the piston. There's then again folded into the packaging instructions of how to fill the pen, unscrew the piston. There's a little pointer that you should not use the metal wrench that comes with some of the Diamond 580 models, but you should use the plastic wrench that actually comes with this, so you don't screw up the plastic parts up here. And then, you get a little bit of paper with, a couple of instructions of how to pull out and put back the friction fit nib and feet from the housing and grip section. You can pause the video and then you can read all of that for yourself. And there is also plenty of instructions out there on the interwebs of how to do all of that. These boxes here, by the way, if you strip them off all these stickers, make very nice little Muji-ish pencil boxes. So all of that is very, very nice. Let's look at the pen. As you can see, it's a demonstrator pen. You see all the inner workings. It's transparent, fantastic. It's an orange pen. Of course, I inked it with the orange ink. This is Pelikan Edelstein Mandarin that you see sloshing around in here, and I just totally love that. Super, super cool. And then the Eco T Saffron is this beautiful orange. I don't really have like a orange reference right here. The only orange reference that I can show you is the Pelikan M800 burnt orange. So I'll bring that one out right here as a reference. This is the only reference that I have as said, but I think it suffices to show you that this is like a very bright, light orange, almost going into yellowish, as you can also see in comparison to the Pelikan Edelstein Mandarin ink inside right here. So the Eco T as said, and you can already see that here because the cap is shaped triangular. I am using the regular Eco here. Is it octagonal, hexagonal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hexagonal. So the regular Eco is hexagonal, and the Eco T, because it has a triangular shaped grip section, is triangular, or has, yeah, so you see that. The logo finial thingy is pretty much the same. Clip is pretty much the same. Cap band is pretty much the same, just says Eco T, of course, instead of Eco. Pen body is pretty much the same. Piston filling mechanism is pretty much the same. Screw is the same, and then of course at the end you have again the same picture, triangular versus hexagonal right here. This was the wrong one that I wanted to put aside now. Unscrew with one turn of the cap, super cool, makes it a very, very fast note taker. Can you post the pen? Yeah, you can. But it gets super long and kind of unwieldy, not top heavy because very light plastic cap, so that's all good. But in my not very small hands, this pen is, you know, plenty long enough to be written with unposted. Lays very, very nice in the hand. I actually really, really enjoy these TWSBI Ecos. I'll show you quick size reference to my standard size reference pen, the Lamy Safari, pretty much the same when capped, and yeah, pretty much the same when uncapped. So I think it's fair to say, right, that this is pretty much the size of a Lamy Safari right here. Beautiful, of course, also with these demonstrator pens, you see the nib sitting on the feet in the housing, and you see then the ink going through here, sitting right here on the nib. You have these TWSBI Eco nibs with the TWSBI logo on, and then it says TWSBI, and then it says F for fine, which you don't see because like it sits a little bit behind that little collar right there. The nib is then the same as with the regular Ecos. Yeah, exactly same construction that you have right there. I can also show you what the nib looks like in comparison to a Diamond 580 because I have one laying here. The Diamond 580 has this like slightly wider nib with those like beautiful wide shoulders. This is a bit of like a thinner and slimmer nib. So you see what that looks like in comparison. And then of course, and this is now a little bit difficult to show because of the light and the pen being transparent, it does have this triangular grip section, which the triangular other form factor thingies allude to. And I'm not sure if you can see it. I think you can perhaps see it a little bit here and down there, that this grip section is triangular. So that you, just as with the Lamy Safari, right? I mean, like it basically looks a bit like that, this grip section, just that that part here is a bit thinner. So the logic is that you're able to find your grip easier, perhaps for people who want to have a bit assistance in finding the grip, perhaps for people that just start out on their fountain pen journey, perhaps for people that simply like this triangular shape. I think it's you know, it's nice. It's kind of helpful. Of course, I have no problem writing with the round, with a fully round shape that has then no grip assistance whatsoever, apart from a little support down here so that your fingers don't slide down. As said, because these pens are transparent, it is extremely hard to show that in a good way. But you do feel it, right? You do feel, as said, like it feels a little bit like holding a Lamy Safari in the hand, just that the triangularity of the grip section is much less pronounced than with the Lamy Safari. So it is kind of subtle. You could also hold the pen in a different way without any edge cutting into your fingers right here, which with the Lamy Safari is like very difficult because like all these edges here, they are very, very pronounced. And if you hold the pen like this, it just does feel super odd because it actually cuts into your hand in that sense. And these edges and yeah, they're not very sharp. They are very rounded. They're not very pronounced. So they will guide your grip, but you can also hold the pen slightly differently if you would prefer that. As said, is it a super useful thing? I don't know. Holding them in comparison, obviously here's nothing that allow you to guide your grip, whereas right here, your grip will be very much guided in that sense a little bit, which is great. Let's now do a writing sample in the end and get a notebook for that. Here we go, one turn, very nice, very quick to uncap as said. So let's write a little bit with this TWSBI Eco T. TWSBI Eco T, Saffron, fountain pen, fine nib, and Pelikan, Edelstein, Mandarin is the ink. Beautiful poppy orange. I do like it quite a lot, especially on white paper. It's much nicer on white paper than on ivory colored paper. The nib writes very well. These TWSBI nibs are really nice. It's pretty much a nail, this nib. There is not a lot of bounce or anything that you can get out of that. It's not supposed to either, of course. And on the other hand, it's also very nice because it does give you a very, precise line without any unwanted variation in there, such as you sometimes can get from some of the Pilot nibs. If you're interested in a more springy writing experience, then look for the Diamond 580. The nib is larger. It's still very precise, but feels much more bouncy and springy. So just to point that out for ya. That's that with this interesting Eco T, which as said does provide you with a little bit grip orientation, let's say it like that, and a more interesting or different form factor than what you would get from a regular Eco. There you have it. Nice color. That's the review of the TWSBI Eco T. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Nomado Store for providing this pen for review. I hope this was somewhat interesting and useful to you, and I'll see you at the next review. Ciao, ciao.